Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mohammed Ahsan and today we're going to talk about how you can start investing in Germany. Before we continue the video, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with your friends. When it comes to saving, many people just believe that having money in their bank account is enough, but that's not true. Because of inflation, which is about 1.35% in Germany, which means that if you have 100 euros in 2020, this 100 euros will lose 1.3% of its value the next year. In order for your money to work for you, not decrease its value because of inflation, it's better to invest your money in something that increases its value. One of those things is investing in stocks. So how can you invest in stocks in Germany? Before committing your money, you need to understand what kind of investor you are. Either you want to do it yourself or you want someone else to manage your money. You have very little time and it does not make sense for you to spend a lot of time learning about how the stock market works, how you can invest in stocks, which stocks would be better for you, which ETFs. It's better for you to hire someone who manages your money. But if you think you can do it yourself, if you have enough time and if you're willing to learn about how you can invest in stocks, then in this video I'm going to tell you how you can start investing in stocks in Germany. The first thing that you need to do in order to buy or sell stocks in Germany is to open a brokerage account. There are many online brokerages where you can open your account, for example, Trade Republic, Comdirect, eToro, etc. However, it's really important that you open your account with a German brokerage firm. The reason is that if the brokerage firm is based in Germany, they will automatically manage your taxes. Because in Germany, as with anything, there are taxes associated with stocks as well. There's a capital gains tax which is about approximately 26%. Capital gains tax means that if you bought a stock, for example, let's say for 1 euro and you sold it for 2 euros, now the capital gains tax would be applied on the second euro or the profit that you got. On the second euro, you'll have to pay approximately 26 cents, which means that the 1 euro stock that you bought and sold for 2 euros, you will get 1 euro 76 cents in return instead of 2 euros because you paid the approximately 26% tax on the capital gains. However, if you register with an international broker, you will have to manage this tax yourself and you will have to report this tax in your tax returns. Once you decide which brokerage firm you would like to open your account with, for example Trade Republic or Comdirect, you will have to open an account with them. In my upcoming video, I will be sharing a tutorial on how to open an account with Trade Republic, and the video after that would be a tutorial on how to open an account with Comdirect. So make sure that you subscribe and you don't miss that video. Okay, now that you've opened a brokerage account and are ready to start investing, you need to know the difference between stocks, ETFs or exchange traded funds, or mutual funds. So a stock is a single security which is a part of a company. It signifies ownership of a company. An exchange traded fund is a basket of securities similar to a stock. However, in an ETF, instead of a single company, the ETF is a collection of stocks from different companies bundled together so that the exposure is divided among those companies. A mutual fund is a pool of money from different investors bundled together and is used to purchase a collection of stocks, bonds, and other securities. In this video, I will not go in detail about mutual funds. I would be more focused on stocks and ETFs. When you are buying a stock from a single company, this means your exposure or your risk is based on that single company. For example, if you decide to buy 100 stocks of Apple, that any fluctuation in the stock price of Apple means that your whole portfolio would fluctuate. If it goes higher, then your whole portfolio would go higher, and if it goes lower, your whole portfolio will go lower. However, in ETF, depending on which ETF you're buying, for example, if you decide to buy an S&P 500 ETF, which means that this ETF is tracking the whole S&P 500, this would be more stable compared to the single stock, because it's going to track all of the companies within the S&P 500. And if a single stock, for example, Apple loses 10%, this does not mean that the S&P 500 ETF will lose 10%. It might lose 10% because of other factors, but it will not lose 10% just because the fact that Apple is losing 10%. There are many costs associated with buying or selling stocks. For example, with Trade Republic, you can buy or sell stocks for only €1 fee. However, with other brokerages, their fees are in terms of percentages of the value that you're buying or selling. With ETFs, there are certain additional fees associated with that. For example, iShares Core MSCI World has a total expense ratio of 0.2%. However, you can create savings plans which do not have any fees associated with buying them. You can create a savings plan in which you can automatically buy stocks either once a month, quarterly, or twice a month. Those will not have any fees associated with them. After that, you'll have to decide which stocks or ETFs you would like to buy. For beginners, it's easiest to start investing by buying ETFs. A good example would be iShares MSCI Core World, which has approximately an average growth rate of 7% annual growth rate. Most of the successful investors stick with the basics and invest in the long term, because historically focusing on the long term has greater benefits as compared to short term gains. Hope you like this video. In the next one, I would be sharing how you can open an account with Trade Republic. So make sure that you're subscribed and don't forget to hit the like button. Until the next video, life goes on.